What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister Della.
What's up?
My brother Derek.
What's up?
And our friend Dan.
What's up?
And this week we're going to be talking about Unstoppable. 2010, because apparently there's a 2024 movie called Unstoppable.
I know, and it kept popping up. Yeah, I kept looking at it. I'm like, I don't think this is the one.
Yeah. But this is the 2010 movie with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine about the runaway train.
Runaway train.
So, interesting movie. This is based off of a real story.
Inspired by.
Inspired by
Okay.
a real story.
Yes.
And then made even more real by the future derailments that we've had in our country.
Yeah, I think it definitely shows like rail companies are kind of awful. We knew that already, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most recent big one East Palestine, Ohio.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well that's because that was the one with the chemicals and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there have been way more derailments
I think
since
there
then.
was one after the fact, but I don't think there was anything like explosive on it.
Is that out towards Indiana?
East Palestine?
Yeah.
No, it's on the border of PA.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there was another one out in Indiana.
Yeah, because it's east, so it would be east of the state.
Not
Not necessarily. I mean,
Wouldn't it be? Why would they call it East Palestine if it's not?
maybe it's
Because
east of a Palestine lake or something. I don't
That is
know.
true.
See, that's weird. Like, how would we know? East
Me?
Palestine. Okay. Why
First
is
of all,
it
did you
east?
even know there was an East Palestine, Ohio?
I did actually.
Did you?
Before the train derailment, you knew that?
Before the train derailment.
Because
I
all
didn't
I
know.
heard was evacuations in Palestine, and I assumed they were talking about the
overseas.
Middle
Yeah, I
East.
thought you
Yeah.
were talking about the
Okay.
Middle East.
And I was like, oh, what's happening over there? And then I was like, oh.
Oh, this was in Ohio.
Closer than I think. Maybe I
Wow.
need to get up out of here.
But yeah, well, based on what it was inspired on.
We're not there yet. Where are we gonna talk? We're not talking about the real
Yeah,
thing.
that's probably going to be in movie facts,
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because there's facts
Yes.
about about
Going
the
out of
movie.
order.
So anyhow, yes. So this movie, we start with Chris Pine stalking his family or whatever. I guess explained later. So this is his actual family. It seemed like at first he was like a divorced dad
Mm-hmm.
stalking his family, but no, they were still a family. So I guess less weird, but still, I don't want to stand and
I mean, yeah, because she had a restraining order. Like, bruh, this is not worth going. to
was he
jail
like
over.
right outside the restraining order?
he probably had a tape measure and had like
Probably.
that's 500 feet.
All right. This is good right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll talk about that situation later on. But everybody doesn't like him because he's the young person. I'm gonna put quote unquote young. I mean, like I know he's not old, but I was like, he's not like a.
Well,
You're acting like he was like a 21-year-old on the railroad.
Because
Compared
he's
to him, and he
new
was
there,
young
and
too.
remember, Denzel Washington. They gave him his walking papers.
Yeah,
So I'm imagining those other guys also got similar papers. So
Yeah.
even though he's not 20 something years old, here's this guy. Okay, he's in his 30s taking my job because they don't want to pay me. They're not going to give me my benefits.
yeah.
I might be kind of mad about that.
I get it. I don't like when people, because like they're taking it out on Chris Pine. Chris Pine, or his name's Will in the movie.
Yes.
Mhm.
Will, like, he has nothing to do with that. He just was looking for a job and got a job, right? Now, I think there was some other, I guess, nepotism, which I don't know how much that played into it. They kind of mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't know
But-
if that's why he got his job, but the thing is, if it wasn't him, it was going to be some other
Yeah.
20-something, 30-something who got the job.
Right.
I mean, let's not pretend like nepotism doesn't exist, because I'm pretty sure one of those old dudes got that job because they knew somebody that knew somebody.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, a lot of this stuff is messed up, right? But don't take it out on the person that got the, like, it's not their fault, you know? But people tend to, you take it out on the wrong person.
Well, who else you going to take it out on?
Well, I guess he was closest to the fire. So,
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like you can take it out on the CEO of, what was the name of the train company?
But you know,
Oh.
I mean,
I don't know what the train company name was.
Yeah.
Something VBS.
There was a...
AVBS.
Evo Train Company number 1.
There you go.
There we go.
It was on their jackets.
It was.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
forgot.
NVBS, AVBS,
NVR or something like that.
AWR or something.
That sounds.
Was it a
closer.
W or a V?
Was it a W or a V? No,
They had like
AVR.
a V was like white, like it was highlighted.
was it
against
AVR?
everything,
Maybe.
something like-
AWVR.
Oh, we were all right. Oh, it's too
Yeah,
many.
it's too many
letters. You
Yeah.
need 3. You can't do 4
Yeah.
Allegheny West Virginia Railroad.
in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
All right. So. They were in Pennsylvania.
They were.
Truth.
So okay, and so this movie kicks off with just somebody being an idiot, basically.
Yes.
Big time. Idiot.
Just a giant idiot all the way. From every step of the way of the things he's done was just I am a big dummy.
Yes.
So the guy's got to train. One, it's too long. What they say, it's what? How long was it?
Oh, I don't even remember.
500.
Yeah, because
something?
how many cars did it have?
I don't remember. They were given the length of it,
Yeah, I had to go back.
like
and
as
look it up.
tall as the Empire State Building or something.
Oh, she said the
like that.
Chrysler Building. I think it was
Chrysler
actually 2 Chrysler Buildings. So yeah, it was like a mile long.
A mile
Yeah.
long,
Yeah.
which has truth today. Part of the East Palestine thing was that the train was way too long, and these
Mhm.
companies are doing that now, just having them pull more and more
hmm
to save money.
Mhm.
Not that they need to save the money, but so that they can, earn more money
hmm
by cutting the cost there. So one, the train's super heavy
Mhm.
because it's too long.
Mhm.
And so this dude, while his partner is like tying the air brake for the train, oh, we'll do that later. How about not?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this later?
Like, how about we don't do this later?
Yeah, like cutting corners get you nowhere.
Is there really any real reason to do it later?
Yeah, like exactly.
What was
like
the real
there's-
reason?
There's no reason not to do it.
Yeah.
Besides you just being lazy.
Yeah, I don't think he ever gave a
And then
real
he
reason.
wasn't going to be the one to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, so he tells him not to do that. Okay, well, there was one of the critical mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Many.
one of
Mhm.
many. So the switch wasn't activated, so they needed to go to another track. And they weren't going, because it's so heavy, they weren't going to stop in time to do the switch.
Yep.
So again, the best idea, which was what his partner was telling him to do, was to just back up the train. Like, so you stop, you
Yeah.
back it up, and then you hit the switch.
Mhm.
But we don't want to do that either, right? So there goes our second mistake, right? So he decides, I'm just gonna get out the train and then pull it, and then go ahead and get back on the train, right?
Yeah.
And he puts on the brake. He puts on the brake, but with the train in full throttle.
Right.
Yeah, the
So
throttle was
it-
at an 8, so that was full throttle, he said.
Yeah.
Because it was like 30-something cars.
Which-
Yeah.
Which I agree with Rosario Dawson's character. Like, if you were going to do that, why wouldn't you turn the throttle down? You're talking about I had to get the train moving. Well, you don't want it to get moving now because you're getting out of the train. So put the
Right.
brake on and take the throttle down, so the train doesn't go. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like this guy.
Common sense there. Like, how did you get your
Just
job?
Dumb decision after dumb decision.
Yeah, so he does that. Third dumb decision is moving the slowest possible to get to the switch while there's a moving train with no one on it.
They were very nonchalant about this.
He's
movie.
like,
Very
okay,
early on in the
and he's
movie.
like half
Very
jogging,
nonchalant
not
about
even jogging, just
Yeah,
like a half
he goes
trot.
from a half jog
it. To like,
to a power walk to barely moving.
like, bruh.
Because I think everyone's under the assumption that the train's not going anywhere. So it's just like I have time.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
but
care how slow it's
you're at
going. If it's a
full
moving,
throttle.
if it's moving, I'm like
That's
I
like
need to do this
putting-
fast.
It's like putting a car in neutral and then hop out and trying to run in front of the car to flip a switch. And
Nonchalantly.
then
about it.
nonchalantly and then expect to hop back in the car.
Hey, how many people damage their cars
No
doing that
issues.
stupid
Yes.
A lot of people.
the stupid
Like,
TikTok
looking
where they
stupid.
got out.
Yes, looking
of the car.
real stupid.
doing the
Car be-
Drake
car be
dance.
running them over and everything. I'm like, bro, no, how stupid you look right now. No cool points.
Yeah. So anyhow, if you're getting out of a moving vehicle, maybe move with haste.
Mm-hmm.
But he was,
There
in the
was
first
none.
place, he was too out of shape to catch a parked car.
That is true. He wasn't the fittest of people.
That's what I was like too. I was like, this is what you're going to
This is-
decide
this
to
is
do?
the one? Just for one.
You're going to catch up to the train and hop back on. All right.
He was breathing heavy as soon as he hopped off that train.
All right,
come on.
So he missed it and then face planted on the
Face
ground.
planted.
And they was laughing at the dudes. They was laughing. I'm like, oh yeah, good job, idiot. Because that's basically what this was. Like, you idiot. You really thought that was gonna work?
All right, and then fourth mistake is letting everyone think it's a coasting train.
Yeah.
When you know you had the throttle at 8.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even after all of that, you should have immediately called and said a train got away. So you waited until the girl shows up at work and be like, oh, by the way, we lost a train. And now she's like, well, how long has this train been moving? I don't know. And then, you say it's coasting, so she's assuming it's 10 miles an hour and we can still catch it.
Right.
Nah, this thing is actually moving.
At 70 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Going along with this nonchalant attitude about this heavy train, with nobody in it, that's just gaining speed the longer we wait.
Yeah, because when she
where there's other trains on the track.
Same track.
Yeah.
Because this is a main line. You got all these other trains on it. Y'all just not like, by the way. Like,
yeah.
Where's the urgency?
Yeah,
man?
and then when she sends Ned to switch it, they got an attitude with Ned. I'm like,
right.
Why do y'all have an attitude?
You idiots. I'm like, obviously these guys are idiots. And then it's like, the train probably passed that point by now because it's moving a lot faster than y'all think it's moving.
Right, and that's when they find out. So, she sends Ned to hit the switch to get it off the main line, right? Mm-hmm. That's the safest thing. You can figure out what to do with it. Mm-hmm. They were going to have them hop on.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be going 10 miles an hour.
Right, it's easy to hop on a 10-mile-an-hour moving train.
Yes.
70, not so much.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea to try that.
Plus, it's a little bit more scarier even if you match speed with it. If you miss your jump, you're 10 miles an hour, some scrapes and bruises. 70,
everything goes black.
Yeah, you're going,
and it don't come back. So, it's a big difference in scenario.
Yeah. So idiots all the way down. I'm just like, okay. So now we've got to deal with the corporation, right? Who now figures out this train. She's saying derail it in the middle of nowhere, which is still an environmental problem, but at least it's not like affecting people.
Yeah.
But that's expensive for the kind of $100 million plus a 40% stock drop, right?
Because you crashed the train.
So, I won't be able to go on my $2 million vacation this summer if this happens.
I wonder how realistic that is. Like, and I imagine that their stock is going to drop. But let's say in this universe, it's like our universe, there's 2 major train companies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even if the stock drop, it's going to go back up because we have no choice but to use you. There's only 2 train companies.
Right.
That is also true.
That is true.
Yeah, so you take a small hit now for a derailment that hurts no one. Mm-hmm. And you're going to jump back up because it's not like we're not going to ship with you. You're the only person we have.
Right.
The issue is they don't want it to drop at all.
Okay, but you're talking about what a quarterly bonus might
They
be a
can't
little
lose
smaller.
anything.
We're thinking of reasonable minds here.
We already
That's
know
what
this is how they are.
But
I know.
when it comes to corporate, there is no reason there. Any loss or any sizable loss, so like, we got to do whatever we can do.
Okay, but it's not a profit margin loss. It's a small bonus loss, isn't it?
Yeah, but how important is your personal bonus to you?
I don't know.
When you're greedy.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if I got a few $1 million, the bonus really doesn't mean anything to me. But, to them, I guess it means everything.
Yeah, money is everything.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
how do I get my extra millions?
Because, am I thinking about this the right way, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
You are.
Yes.
Yeah. But
their reasoning is they don't want to lose money at all.
Right.
That's when he made the phone call.
Yeah, but the thing is, you end up losing a ton of money.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Definitely, because we ain't got to that point yet.
Like, you definitely made it
that
worse.
Train and employee.
Yeah. Because, let's be real, trains derail all the time.
Yeah.
And we just shrug it off until something bad happens.
Right. True.
Plus, they didn't have anywhere else because everywhere else was going to be a town.
Exactly.
And then now you're upending people's lives if you evacuate them, or if they don't get evacuated, you're killing them with chemicals. Not that you cared, because nobody mentioned the personal loss in this. Like, their whole company meeting was how much their company loses, and no mention about people at all.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The only mention about people was from the lower down.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's do it in the middle of nowhere where we can limit these casualties.
Exactly. Yeah.
Once they miss that opportunity, now you want to derail it.
In the middle of
now
city.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you in like it's nothing but town after town after town. You missed your opportunity to derail.
So their idea was to slow it down with another train. Which I'm like, I don't know a lot about trains, so I was like, I don't know how bad of an idea it was,
You know
but
a
it
lot
was
about weight,
moving.
though, don't you?
Yeah.
A 2-car train, you're gonna stop a 30-something car train that's already moving at 70 miles per hour.
That's true.
And that's gonna be.
That's true. Yeah, no, the physics doesn't work on that.
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't. Plus, they had someone in the helicopter
to drop down.
To drop down.
And then like
go
climb
into
in
the cabin and then slow.
Here's my thing. Why did they land him on top of the train? Like, why not have him on like towards the side of it so he can grab onto a rail?
That's a lot harder.
Yeah, that's a
lot
lot.
I feel like
harder.
it's all sketchy.
It is all sketchy. He was hanging from a rope.
Yeah, he's hanging from a rope.
And that's super sketchy.
If
though.
you can't match this, like it's a rope.
Yeah. You gotta match
If the helicopter is going fast, the rope.
Oh yeah, you swinging.
Now you swinging.
Yeah.
You like that's.
It was a bad idea
impossible
from
to
the
do.
part. The guy that was bad. That was a real bad idea.
Yeah, that was a horrible idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have sent someone. Honestly, if you had those two trains in front of it and you latch to it, if you match the train speed, so you're not like trying to slow it down with those two trains, it would have been better for you to send an engineer from those two trains to walk over. Like it would be easier to get onto the train that way.
They wouldn't be able to walk over though.
Yeah, because you
They're
can't
not
latch
really attached.
to the front of the train.
Yeah.
That's what the issue was. He couldn't latch onto the train because you can't latch into the front of a train.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to jump across.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole plan was sketchy.
Yeah,
I mean, it was sketchy. I didn't say it was a great idea. It was better than what they were doing.
Because you got to think like
swinging a guy from a rope.
Momentum coming from the front. If you're trying to go from the front to the back of the train, the momentum is carrying you this way, so it's going to be harder. That's why it was easier at the end for Denzel to hop trains because he's going in the direction of the motion of the train.
No, I don't think so. You got it backwards. The train is moving. So if he jumps in the air, technically he's still moving at 70 miles, so it'd be kind of straight up. But he goes towards the train because he starts slowing down in the air.
Okay.
So it's harder to go forward than it is to go backwards.
Yeah, the thing is you can't jump because the trains weren't connected.
Yeah.
No one's gonna make that jump.
You're not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make that jump.
I still think it's better than the rope guy.
Well, the rope guy was one.
Well, that was part of it.
You gotta wait till that train slows a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did they try at 60?
They were like, hey, if you
I think they
the train
tried at
down
60.
to like
They
what?
tried at 60.
They tried it. They was wanted to get it down to like what, 40?
40. They wanted to get it down to 40.
And then they'll have
And
him
he
jump.
couldn't get it down to 40.
Yeah.
And they were trying to, because they wanted to get it into the.
Oh yeah, the sidetrack. So they were going to have it go off onto the sidetrack.
That was a
Yeah, because it was like it was still a
fast.
field trip on the line, and Will and Denzel's character was still on the line too.
Yeah.
So they were trying to get the train off the main line.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now there was a couple of things. A lot of those switches swapped on their own or whatever. We couldn't do this.
No, they were swapping it.
The company was swapping.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Without the other train, without the train in front of it to try and stop it, you couldn't just flip the switch.
No, because they're not.
It's moving too fast.
No. Well, it might have been moving too fast to switch. It might derail it. But also, like, if they're like talking about like the rip track and stuff like that, you only have so much length, and that train was really long.
Most cases,
so,
yeah.
Like a rip track is like a maintenance line, and so it stands for repair in place.
Yeah.
So you can like slide the train over there, do your repairs, and then you can go back to where you're going.
Yeah.
So like if you do that,
the train still wasn't stopping.
If you can get it over there, one, it's not stopping. Two, I don't know if that like takes you somewhere else,
right?
Because it's just like a side. It's like the shoulder to the train.
Yeah.
No, I think the one was a junction. The rip track was the one that Denzel and them had to use, where it tore off the back end of their train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for one thing, it was too long. If it hadn't been that long, it probably would have been fine.
Yeah. Now theirs was too long.
He
He made a mistake.
Too many
Yeah, like
cars.
5 extra
Yeah.
cars or something on there.
Which,
So
mistakes happen in that case. That was human error, not the company going carry 15 more cars because
yeah, that was on them.
Yeah.
But either way,
That's got to be scary though.
we-
Like you know a train is going towards you
Mhm.
and it's picking up speed and it's just like, okay, we have to get to this junction.
so I gotta move faster so
Yeah,
I
you
can
gotta
get
move-
to
you gotta
the
get
junction.
there faster to
Yeah.
get enough of your train off
Yeah.
before it actually clips the back. Yeah, that's gotta be.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, at the same time, it's like, what can you do?
yeah. Then there was a train that had kids on a field trip.
They have no idea how close they came to certain destruction
Mm-hmm.
because,
That train did not get all its cars off the track, but I mean, like in the movie, it did obviously. But like
Mhm.
as close as it was, I was like, all those cars don't make it onto that sidetrack.
No,
yeah, I don't think so.
no, because that train that they had the kids on
Was
was
not,
not
moving,
moving
that
that
fast.
fast.
No, it was not.
They are not going to injure kids.
They had it, man. They had it like
Honestly,
they had it
yeah,
look
I
like
know
he
that.
swerved out
Yeah.
of the way just in time,
Uh-huh.
and somehow all of the cars behind came off the track too. I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Honestly, I say don't even have the kids in the movie because we know nothing's going to happen to these kids.
No
I mean,
suspense.
it's suspense.
It's
Yeah.
not suspense if you know nothing's going to happen to these
What
kids.
you do-
We're not supposed to be looking at it like we're watching a movie, though.
I got
No,
you.
what you do is you kill a kid in the beginning of the movie, and then everybody's like, "They will do it again." Just have like a kid get hit by a car or something.
Or that kid just standing at the track and the train just.
Oh man, I said a car. You talking about him getting squished by a train?
No, but
it's
it was
worse.
in the movie. Like the girl
Yeah,
was
man,
standing
either way.
like,
Oh, she was
right
standing
at
at
the
the track.
edge of the track.
And you know what's funny? My headphones disconnected from my phone right at that time, and I was like, "It was interesting that this was silent." And then I was like, "Oh, my headphones disconnected." I thought it was a director's choice or something.
Yeah, that just goes to show on how fast that train was moving. That they couldn't even get the safety rails down fast enough.
Oh, I thought they were just being slow with the safety.
No,
belts.
it triggers it. It's like once the train gets to a certain spot, it triggers it to go down.
Oh, is that
So
how they
it was
work?
traveling
Yeah.
too
Oh,
fast.
okay.
Yeah, there's a
And plus,
trick on
I
the
think
track.
they was keeping track of it blowing through signals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah, they
that
were saying the
was
red
triggering
dots
something
is
else.
when it blows through a signal.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
moving so fast, it was going through the signals.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they put police officers at the railroad crossing so people wouldn't cross. Because if it's blowing through the signal, you just have a normal person driving.
You know
It's
what
not
else
going
you
down.
No.
La, la, la,
Also,
la.
what you're supposed to be doing is paying attention.
You should be.
And
Shoot,
you-
how many people have we seen get hit by trains because they're idiots?
And they tell people the train is moving faster than it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people drive around. I can get around the
Right,
barriers. Then they get
Then
stuck
they get
on the track.
Clapped.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
I did that one time and I was like, never.
Why? I'm
Again.
just
Why?
gonna
Just wait. Just wait.
Because I was 19 and dumb.
I'm not. I
Like,
don't
my
want to
life-
ride
you
train.
get
And my
there.
life flashed before my
Yeah,
eyes.
I did it once.
And I was just
I'll
like,
never do that
never
again.
again.
Man, never.
That train came quick. And I
Yes.
was like,
Like, I'm like, I barely got off the track before that thing
barely.
like started barreling across. I'm like,
I told y'all about that time where the police put a person in the back of the
Yes.
car with the
Yeah.
car on the train track.
oh yeah,
Dumb.
mhm.
Yeah.
Why would you park your car on a train track?
yeah.
Yeah,
as a
for
cop,
one, why would you?
Why would you park
shouldn't
your car?
stop
He's a
any
police
stop on the
officer.
train
Yeah.
track.
Just
How you not
dumb.
stop
know
on a
that?
train track.
Just
Why?
dumb.
For what? For what reason? Like, what's the benefit?
Just
Anybody? Want to like
Yeah.
me?
like there
Because
was-
honestly, when it's coming down, this is really too late at that point.
But my thing
Yeah.
is, when it was up, you parked your car
Right.
Yeah,
on a train track.
seems like a bad idea.
That was just-
Ill-advised.
That was
It's a
dumb from
train
the very
track, bro.
beginning. Then you put a person
In
in
the-
your car.
First of all, there were like
parked on the
5
train
cars there,
track.
and you chose the one on the train track.
Train track.
So one bad decision parking it on the train track, and then you're like, yeah, this one. This seems like a good idea to put them in.
Just stupid.
Very.
Like that was just dumb
Idiot.
It
all
was
the
a
way
frivolous
around.
stop too. Person didn't even really need to be stopped and put in the car. That person better be rich now.
I'll say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I own.
Like,
I don't care
own
what the
city.
charges were. They should be dropped and they should be rich.
Yeah, just dumb. And then like the cops' excuse was just stupid. I'm like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, the situation. I was like, but you parked on the train track, regardless of what was happening. Your dumb butt parked on the train track.
You parked on the train track.
Mm-hmm.
That was your decision. That's what started this chain
Yeah.
of bad decisions.
And then y'all all saw the train and all ran away, and no one thought to get the handcuffed
snap.
person out of the car.
That'll be all right. I got handcuffs still. Figured out. Wait a minute. They're kind of stuck.
Those doors don't open from
Yeah,
the
they don't
inside?
open from the
don't
inside.
Oh, my.
So,
Who knew?
I could imagine being her.
Oh my gosh, that'd have been.
I've been so
Scary.
man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all gonna have to clean these seats.
Yeah.
Because fam, like to see that coming down and knowing there's nothing you can do about it. Except
She
for
was
the
banging
hope
on
that
the
somebody
window and
else-
stuff, and nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to hope that somebody else comes over there and gets you out.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Dumb.
But they saved their horses in the movie.
Yeah, they got him out of there.
I would have been down a few horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
'Cause,
That horse was gonna cost them a lot of money. Horses are expensive.
I'm sure they are.
I mean, I would have opened the door and tried to goad them out.
I'm like, hey, come on, follow
Yes.
me, do what I'm doing. Like
I mean, I would feel bad to be like, well, the horse is gonna get hit by a train. Like that's kind of you know.
We should have trained it better. But
Yeah.
anybody see that gopher that was crossing the track when
Yes.
they was showing up?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't see that gopher?
Yeah,
No.
it was a gopher.
When they
Okay.
panned over to the train coming,
Yeah.
while they were trying to save the horse, it was like a little
Yeah.
gopher trying to cross the track. So I was like,
Incidental to the movie.
yeah, I don't think it was significant. It was just,
It was just like, you know, they were filming on train tracks and a
Yeah,
gopher
the
walked
gopher was
across.
there.
Like,
okay, gopher. He made it.
yeah, I know. I was like, hey.
Yeah, I had to rewind. I'm like, did I see what I?
Yeah, I
Think I
noticed
saw
it.
Yeah. Okay. So we didn't finish talking about them trying to stop the
Right,
train.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when they tried to get it over to the other track, of course, it just plowed through the train and stayed on the main line.
Yep.
Mhm.
So it plowed through the other train, which blew up
And killed.
and killed the
Killed the
conductor.
engineer.
Yeah.
So bad idea company.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was
They
his
weren't
name?
sad about that either.
the guy that she was talking to that
Galvin.
was Rosario Dawson.
Galvin.
Yeah. So she said derailed it. He's like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna come up with a whole nother plan. This was his plan,
Yeah, dumb plan.
and it ended up costing you that train
Yeah.
and that employee.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see him like kind of looking away, like,
Yeah.
like, oops, like yeah, this is on you.
Yeah.
So now what? Train's still moving
And so now their idea is to derail it in a town.
in a town because you missed your good opportunity to derail it.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's derail it in a town.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So they tell the plan. Will and what's
Frank.
Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Has his name been Frank in several movies? I feel like his name has been Frank.
Was it Frank in what was the name of that movie with not Out of Time? What was another movie he did with the girl?
What, Man on Fire?
Yes.
Was it Frank?
Was it Frank
Is
in
that
Man on
was Frank in
Fire?
there?
It might have been. I feel like his name's been Frank before.
In American Gangster, his name was Frank, but that's
See, there you go.
But that was a real
it
person.
was a real person. though.
Okay, well,
Maybe it's only been an American Gangster.
okay. So Will and Frank get wind that they're going to try and derail it, and Frank's like, "This isn't going to work." Because smartly, I think he thought about physics, and he's like, the train's super heavy, going at 70 miles an hour. Your little derailment things aren't going to work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a limit to everything. Everything has a limit. Like it's like, all right, we can derail a train that's such and such a feet long, or whatever weight. But like it's not just for any old situation at any speed. It's like, yeah, there's a limit here. It blew through those little whatever the heck them things called. That
Yeah.
they put on the track.
Yeah.
Blew 'em up.
Yeah.
And kept
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and they're done playing right before that one.
Oh, to shoot the.
To
to shoot the
The
little tiny
emergency
little.
button.
Man, that one looked like one of them reality shows where they do something stupid and they interview the dude like, yeah, we shot some fire shots at this stuff. So there was some shots fired, and then the camera like zooms in on his face to show how stupid he looks. Because it was like, yeah, why would y'all do that? And he
I
immediately
would
tells
be-
him to
if
see
I'm
fire,
them-
you're hitting the gas tank. Like, yeah, what do you think they gonna hit?
It's moving at 70 miles an hour. I don't like what marksman from. First of all, they were super close.
Very close.
What marksman is hitting a 75 mile an hour target?
The odds of you hitting the tank are way more higher than you hitting that little button.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, don't even try that.
That was a dumb idea.
It ain't even worth trying. I was like, is this really part of the movie? It's like a blooper.
I was wondering. I was like, why are they shooting at the train? And then they explained that they were trying to hit the button.
I'm like,
would that even worked? What if the bullet went through the button?
Yeah, like, is the bullet just gonna press the button like a normal?
Or were they using rubber pellets? It would be smart if they used rubber.
I doubt they were using rubber pellets.
No, I'm gonna give you the real answer to that. It would not have worked because in order for the button to work, it's a press and hold.
Oh, well, that was a dumb idea.
That was a really stupid idea.
Yeah.
Really stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't
All right,
believe what I was seeing when I saw it.
Yeah, so
Like,
that
this
was
can't be part of the movie.
before they got to the derailer.
Yeah.
Yep, before that.
So yeah, they put those little things on the track, and the train gets to it and just
blows them
off. First of all, every time this train was coming by, I was like, "Why are they
standing
close?
so close?
Like, mad close.
There was no need for that.
I'm like,
There was injuries from that.
Oh, when the little derailleurs were getting popped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody caught some of that.
Oh yeah.
Somebody did.
Yeah, because I was like, it's just shards of metal and debris getting shot in all directions.
Flying off. There's no way that just missed everybody. There's no way.
Somebody got injured. Like later in the movie, I'm pretty sure a police officer died because his car flipped from running across the track.
Yeah, and I was like, what type of...
That was
y'all...
That's one of my nitpicks. That was not me.
I'm like, are y'all serious right now?
Yeah, well, I don't know why.
That
they
was
put that
not
in the movie.
needed. What are y'all doing? Like, are y'all serious?
I was like, y'all just running down a train. They used that scene like they was chasing down a villain.
I'm like, the incompetency
they hopping over
across these companies. It's just mind blowing. That
was
like we have no.
That was
hope
one of my nitpicks.
That was stopping this train because everybody's so incompetent at their job.
All right, so Frank and Will decide to go in reverse to catch up to the train so they can try to stop it a little bit different. They're connecting to the back end of the train to try and slow it down.
Yes.
Right.
Because it needs to go slow enough because there is an elevated turn in Stanton. Okay. Which at 70 miles an hour is definitely going to fall off of the track.
Yeah, around some other flammable explosive chemicals.
Yeah. I was like, wow, around the turn it's cans full of fuel. That's great.
And his house is on the other side.
Awesome.
Seems like great. Oh, we didn't mention is carrying some kind of corrosive chemical.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
Molten phenol.
Yeah, molten phenol.
Yeah, which they use in glue apparently.
Yeah, according to that guy.
The guy who knew everything.
The safety guy was it something like that?
Yeah.
He knew a lot.
Yeah.
So that's their plan. I mean, dangerous, but a better plan than what everybody else came up with.
Truth.
So they've got to book it in reverse to catch up with this train. So they've got to go faster than 70 because the train is moving at 70, right? So rough.
Yeah. So in order to close that distance, like y'all gotta.
All right, this is when we get to the story of why he has a restraining order. And I'm going to go on our side note to talk about this story because I was like, bro, okay, so there's something called AITA. Am I the a-hole? Right? And I feel like he fits this perfectly. I was like, bro, this whole situation seemed real stupid. His wife was texting someone, and then he's like, who are you texting? Nobody. Let me see your phone, and over again, or blah, blah, blah. He says he grabs towards the phone. Now, she didn't have any marks on her, so I guess I believe him, and he didn't hit her. But, like, why was she scared? I don't know.
The restraining order seemed extra.
It was extra. I think the restraining order was only because he threatened a cop with a gun.
He threatened the cop.
Okay, but then why did she institute against him? The cop should have did it, right?
Because she was. I feel like the cop was trying to prove a point to him because she was friends with the cop.
So he made her issue a restraining order against her husband?
Yeah.
Because how long she was still wasn't answering her phone? Because
his issue was he thought that she was texting that dude anyway.
Right, I get that. But what I'm saying is the restraining order against him didn't make any sense.
No, it didn't make any sense, but I took it as the cop her cop friend does like her.
And he convinced
Probably
her.
does.
Yeah.
Then she has
because
problems.
she has to. Well, obviously she does because she's still not talking to him.
Yep.
It was a dumb argument. Will is 130% in the wrong.
Yeah. He's
I'm like, what's wrong with you?
right. And then you pull a gun on the cop.
But the restraining order was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, that's the part of I don't get. Like,
yeah,
so
and
I'm
then
like,
why are you still not talking to him?
it sounds like to me her and this cop do have a thing.
They probably do.
They probably
It just
do.
so happened that she wasn't texting him that time.
At that particular time.
That's what I'm saying,
Right,
because it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would the cop?
She was right this time.
At that time.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Because I feel like why is he feeling this way? Like he's feeling this way for a reason.
Yeah.
He was wrong, but I'm like, yeah, something was up.
Yeah, there's something.
But I was expecting the story to be a little different. Not that I was an a-hole, and I was like, well, okay, bro, you were.
Yeah.
You were.
Mm-hmm.
I thought something else that went down or whatever. But okay, no sympathies over here. But I was like, I don't know if we needed that story. That wasn't necessary for his character. He could have just been the newbie.
Well, I guess they kind of had to explain why he was sleeping at his brother's house and why he was getting those phone
But he
calls.
didn't need to be.
I don't know, because otherwise he has no character. Right?
Okay, I guess we create
Like,
a
it's the whole
character.
movie-
Much more depth to it than
Yeah, the whole movie just starts, right? You
Yeah.
know nothing about none of the people. So if
Yeah.
you wanted to know something about them, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention in the beginning, Denzel Washington was talking about his daughters, and it's like they're working at a restaurant, working their way through college, and it was like, oh, they work at Hooters, and it's like this whole like, oh, what, blah blah blah. But I was like, I feel like that reaction is like you're reacting, like you said, oh, they're strippers, right? Like Hooters is just a restaurant.
It's a restaurant. It's a themed restaurant.
It's themed. It is in a way, but still.
But
It's not like they're.
it's themed around.
Yeah, because
Fairly
no one
just-
Multiple pairs of.
Yeah.
Because
Themes.
I say this. When you think of Hooters or someone brings it up, you don't think of food.
It's true.
It's true. You also don't think of family fun.
It's true. You only think
I'm
of
like,
one thing.
you don't hear nobody be like, hey, I'm going to DoorDash me some Hooters.
People might if they like the food. I don't know.
I've never heard any. I don't
I've
know.
never had
Don't
Like,
rave
people
about the
even
food.
go there?
I don't know.
It still
But
exists.
I feel like
Yeah,
I
it's still a
still
thing.
feel like the reaction to hearing someone's daughters works at Hooters shouldn't be. It's kind of like a oh really reaction, not a oh that's how
No,
they're paying for
feel
college.
like, I feel like it gets a double O.
I think it
I
gets a
feel like
double
it gets
O.
a double O.
You think so?
Like,
Definitely.
Because
Oh.
if I'm Will, how this guy is coming to me and being mean to me and he's hard nosed, and then he tells me, "Oh yeah, my daughter's is paying for college by working at Hooters," I'm going to be like, "Oh, okay."
Ooh.
Yeah,
Compared to, but I was just thinking compared to the other situations, this is really subdued comparatively.
yeah.
Compared to what?
Well,
Being a
like as
stripper?
if he'd be like, "Oh, my daughters are a stripper," or
Okay,
something
so
like
being
that.
a stripper gets 3 O's, Hooters gets 2.
It's Hooters.
It's Hooters. Like, you only think about the girls.
Okay.
Right, because that's why Will started laughing, and and he was like, "Yes, it's like that," and Will was like, "It's like that." Like that's why it was said.
Like,
All
I
right,
feel like
cool.
there was no need for them to mention that they waitress at Hooters.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
asked and he told the truth.
An extra detail.
he didn't have to tell them, he didn't be like, oh, they're both in college. He didn't
True.
have
Yeah.
to say
Say
they
that-
also work at Hooters.
Well, he was proud that they were paying their way through college.
Yeah, but just be proud of that. Just let it end there.
Right, because now Will's gonna want to go to Hooters.
You might.
He'll be like, which Hooters?
Right.
But my
So
wife
which
doesn't
one
love
was
me
it?
anymore.
Like,
So.
yeah,
Which
see?
one was this at?
Yeah,
all right, fine. So you guys think it gets
East
a double
Main
O?
Street.
All right,
Yeah.
Yes, it gets the double O.
Yeah.
okay. All right, fine. All right, so okay, their plans to catch up with the train.
Both work there. Like,
Yeah,
of his
they both
daughters
work
work
at,
there.
at the same one.
Yeah, the same one.
Well,
Well, the older daughter probably got the younger daughter on.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's like both of you guys work there? both of them?
They might make good money.
You don't got one bad apple.
I don't know.
Get two
People
bad
Two
apples.
of them.
Yeah.
Probably don't make good money.
Yeah.
Well, it might because you're
when
gonna get
tips-
that person that like, oh, I'm gonna really
Yeah,
tip.
the
You know.
tips and stuff
Yeah.
like it might be pretty good. for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Fair enough. Okay, so they're playing. They got to catch up to the train. So they eventually do. I mean, there's a lot of long stuff in between. I don't. It's not super important, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do catch up with the train, but the pin's not hooking their car up to it. So Will's got to go out and one he had to go out to signal to Frank so he knows when how fast to go to latch.
Yeah.
And the pin's not going down when they're latching. So he's got to try and get it in himself. Which I don't know what else you do, but yeah. And of course his foot gets crushed.
Yeah.
that had to
I
be.
kind of feel like that dude has no foot anymore, right?
Yeah. He was like, no,
Get
don't
crushed
take the
chain.
boot off.
Yeah,
No,
leave
don't
it
take
on.
that.
Just wrap it up
He
tight.
was like, tape it.
All right.
He was like, and then Connie was like, how's Will? And he was like,
He's
different.
different. That's when I was like, he don't have a foot anymore.
Yeah, he's different.
That means he doesn't have a foot anymore.
I feel like his foot is gone.
His
His
foot
foot-
is
his foot's
gone.
probably-
Maybe not after he got crushed there, but definitely later on, it's gone.
Yeah.
We'll explain why. But yeah, so the grain car blows up, so there's grain flying everywhere, and he's still trying to get the pin in, and I guess he does eventually.
Yeah.
And everybody's watching him fall off the train, and then his wife realizes that, the argument over a text message is kind of stupid. Why was I ignoring him for so long and extending the restraining order by 30 days?
Yeah.
For what?
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
she can have time with the cop.
exactly. That's
Yeah,
the
could be.
exactly.
Could be.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, but then she realizes like, oh no, he's gonna die.
Mhm.
So obviously we love him again.
Mhm.
So they're hooked up and they're starting to slow it down. But their brake is gonna blow. Plus, it's still pulling. Like they can't.
There's like 30 something cars.
They can't slow it down enough
Yeah, it's too many cars.
to get around the curve. Right, which is what they got to do. They can't miss the curve now, so they got to go around it. It's supposed to be at 15 miles an hour.
15.
Yeah.
And you still have a train that's at full throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you
stop it?
slow that down with just your
Yeah.
two cars?
Like you can slow it down a little bit, but eventually,
significantly.
Yeah. So then they decide to start putting the brakes on
The
each
freight.
the
individual.
freight
Yeah.
cars. Which, okay. So since what's his name, Will's foot is crushed, Frank's gonna go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, all right. So he's going from car to car. I'm like, man, since you gotta walk on top of cars, shouldn't the top of the cars have railings or something, man?
I
Like,
don't think
for-
they want you to walk on it while it's moving.
Yeah, still.
Still, if you have to.
I mean, there are times where you got to be. There's a ladder to go up to the top, so you obviously expect people to be on top of them.
Yeah, it's used for loading and unloading, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Chill.
Mm-hmm.
and put a rail. What if they fall off when it's not moving? It's still bad.
Yes, that is still bad.
Somehow I got a feeling that OSHA doesn't regulate trains.
Probably not.
Really?
Probably
They
not, because
probably
they
got
get
some
away with a
kind of
lot.
lobbyists to get away with it.
They get away with a lot.
Why? Come on.
Because I feel like trains have been the same.
Because
since,
even
like,
with the
1900.
But still, they've been just as dangerous for all
with the
these years.
derailment in East Palestine, didn't they say that there was only like one person per train at this point? Like they started reducing the amount of people on the train.
Yeah.
They
So
probably
instead of Will and Frank, it would have just been Frank on that train.
did. Wow.
Yeah.
Seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So they slowed the train down to 40.
40. So it's
Miles
going
an hour.
around that at 40, which,
It's better than
it's better
70.
than 70.
Mhm.
It's
True.
not 15.
It's not.
I would feel better if it was at least like 25 or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and the train was on one side.
Yeah.
Like one wheel was on the track. I'm like,
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's gonna go.
that doesn't feel good. And these two guys are gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lost
it's
some
all
pipes.
it takes one car, and it's gonna drag the rest down.
Lost some pipes though.
Oh yeah, the pipes fell off.
Those are replaceable. Or you can pick them up later.
I think
And fortunately, they didn't fall and hit a tank.
Yeah, I didn't notice
Or
that
a
they
house.
conveniently fell and hit nothing.
Yeah, they fell right into a gap.
Yeah.
So
Very.
But I think the
convenient.
pipes falling
convenient.
off helped
worked out well.
the train not.
They are
tip
very
over.
heavy.
Yeah.
So
It
there's
reduced
that.
the weight.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah. Plus, he was able to slow it down some more. Did he use the emergency brake or something like that?
Will was doing the dynamic brake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now we've got Ned in the truck catching up to the train, which apparently he lied to everybody. Connie did not tell him to go there,
Right.
but he just decided, and we're glad he did.
Used her name.
Yeah.
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 It worked.
It works.
So
Yeah, because eventually they were going to run out of track.
No, but they were headed to Stanton.
the curve was
The
Stanton.
curve was standing.
So they got past Stanton.
So they weren't running right out of track.
No, I don't think they were going to run out of track, but you still want to stop the train.
Yeah.
It's going to reach another town
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. Another town or another curve or whatever the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on the road, the side road next to it, and he wants to catch up with the train.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets Will to hop off. This is when his foot is definitely gone. Like maybe they saved it after it got crushed in the little thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he jumped from the train onto the truck. I don't know how you do that without messing up your already broken foot.
I'm sure it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And that foot's gone now. Your body is just like, okay, yeah, no, there's no foot. I don't know, like you went for it the first time, I got injured, and now I'm gone.
Yeah,
So-
nothing else we can do, guy.
Then not only that, he had to jump from the truck back onto the train
Yes.
in the cab, which I was like, it's not the best person to try and do this.
Who else was gonna do
Like,
it?
I don't know.
We're gonna need you to come on, jump down here on this truck, so that I don't have to jump back onto the train.
No, he was too high up.
old and too high up
Yeah, he was too
to
high
jump
up. Jump
onto
on
the
that truck.
truck.
So many bad things that happen.
Yeah.
Train speeds
True.
up, the truck slows down, something. I don't know.
He misses.
He misses
True.
it. It's done for him. So Will was much closer in height. But anyway, so he gets on the train and slows it down, and everybody's happy. Hooray!
Mhm.
No consequences for the company, which is realistic. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they killed someone, but
You
sort of-
killed a worker.
Yeah.
How is that not a lawsuit?
Oh,
They
no,
paid
for
them.
sure.
Settle.
They paid them.
Oh no, his family got paid, but it doesn't really help him.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
They will settle that out.
Oh, for sure.
They was putting names out there on the news like crazy. Like it's not
That
like we
was
didn't know
wild.
what-
I was
They
like,
was throwing
wow.
names and pictures up. Like
I
they
was
threw the
just
dude's name
like-
up who was responsible for the whole.
Yeah,
I'm
just like it's
"Dang,
Dewey's fault. I was like,
Woo. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
man.
The stupid guy that got out of the train in the first place.
Yeah.
They put him up.
They
It's
put
like they
him
said
out
he
there.
will be held responsible.
They put him.
I think
out
that was the
there,
company.
bruh. They probably did.
that's
they
messed up.
needed
You
a
can't do that to
scapegoat.
somebody.
They need a scapegoat, man.
They need a
oh, no,
scapegoat.
It's his
It's
fault.
not us.
Don't
He was
worry.
dumb.
We're gonna discipline him. We're doing our part. Like, okay.
I don't know why that dude was acting nonchalant. After I let a train go, I figured that's my job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know,
would think
like
so.
even
You
if it
would
was
think.
coasting, I figured that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Like he's like,
careless.
yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
careless.
pretty bad.
All right, so that was Unstoppable. What are our movie facts?
So, as we said before, this is based off an incident that had really happened. The train was called the Crazy Eights, which is 8888. This was in Ohio, Northwest Ohio, close
course.
to Toledo. The
Why-
movie was shot in Pennsylvania, though, but the real incident took place in Ohio.
So the Brewster, was they talking about? Were they talking about Brewster, Ohio?
Oh.
There's a Brewster. Is there a Brewster, Ohio?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I delivered a train down there. Well, not a train, but like a train chassis.
Yeah.
Oh,
a
I
flatbed.
don't ask me about non-major cities in Ohio. I don't know.
It's out towards Amish country. But,
Oh, I definitely don't know.
It might be.
Like,
I
Yeah.
think so.
So that train was loaded. It had 22 loaded cars and 25 empty cars. Yes, some of the cars were carrying the molten fentanyl, or fentanyl, whatever we're calling it.
So 47 cars?
Yes. It went on a 66-mile journey through Northwest Ohio with no one at the controls because, yes, the engineer got out of it to make a line switch and could not get back in because he thought he had set the braking system and it was not. Yeah, but this time only 2 of the cars had the chemical instead of 5
It
in
was
this
like
movie
5, yeah.
or 8 in this movie.
Oh, we didn't need to increase it. I think 1 car is enough.
I would say
Yeah, I mean it's bad all the way
especially
around.
they're right next to each other. If one goes, the other one's going.
Yeah.
Like there's no containing that.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, there was a conductor and engineer who managed to hook up to the train and slow it down, and it was boarded, but it was going 11 miles an hour when the guy got onto the runaway train to stop it,
Okay.
and not the 70
Oh,
miles
so
an
you could have
hour.
walked up to it. And
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm not walking at 11 miles an hour.
I'm not walking up to it if it's moving at all.
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Some things that really happened. Yes, they tried to derail it. Yes, the train blew through the derailleurs.
How fast was it going? How fast was the real train going?
Like 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
Also,
I think that
it
was the
takes
top
50 miles
speed.
an hour to blow through a derail.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
think
the
50
70
was
mile an
top
hour
speed.
one in this movie definitely didn't
blow
work.
through a derail.
Yeah.
Hey, I might want to rethink that whole strategy.
Yeah.
there.
And yes, cops really did try to shoot the
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh, I thought they made it up for the movie.
Yeah, I was
They did
hoping they
not.
made it up for the
They did
movie.
not.
They did not. No one was injured in this movie. In
Oh,
the
okay.
in real life, no one was
Mhm.
injured.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't do the stupid helicopter.
Oh, so they-
thing,
the
or
engineer
try to
wasn't
stop
killed?
it in the
No.
front.
Okay.
No, the engineer was not killed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. That was just stupid.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
At least they were smarter not to do that in
Yeah.
real life.
So one
Yeah.
of the
Dude on
guys,
the helicopter, like, didn't he like injure himself and he ended up getting knocked out on the
Yeah,
street?
he ended up getting
Yeah,
knocked out. Yeah.
yeah, because he went through the
Right.
front window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yo.
Yeah. So one of the people who really did help, named Jesse Knowlton, he served as an advisor for this film,
Mhm.
and his daughters work at Hooters, and that is
Oh,
why he
that's
was in the
why.
movie.
That's why I was in the movie.
Okay.
All right, as a tribute to them.
All right.
So those were facts from the real movie. Obviously, this movie took some liberties with it, but some things were surprisingly true.
Well, there was a runaway train.
And oh yeah, the company kept it secret, and no one knew about it for a whole month.
A month? How do you keep that secret?
Just don't
Because
tell people that no one was driving
we're
this
not
train.
paying attention to trains.
Right, the train just
But all them
driving
towns?
down the
65 miles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how many people?
I don't think
nobody's
anybody
paying
was paying
attention to
attention
the
to
train.
It just looked like a regular train going across.
I mean, think about
Yeah.
it. What's past Toledo? Nothing.
That's true.
Yeah.
No.
Pretty boring trip through Indiana.
Yeah,
Nothing.
so I'm like, yeah, no one was paying attention. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and they also didn't disclose the person who did it.
Yeah, except for he was a 35-year veteran, but they did not say who it was or if he was punished.
So it's probably something that he does all the time, which is dumb. Well, I guess at least in the real life thing, he just like probably didn't set the brake right, just because normal routine.
Yeah, it's
you
just he
forget
didn't set it right. Yeah.
He didn't set it right. And less stupid than this movie, though, because
Yeah.
he was he was
Less
dumb.
stupid
Like,
than Toronto.
Intentionally.
like
not hook
let's
the
get
air
off the
brakes.
train with
Yeah,
it
let's do
full
that.
throttle. Let's do
important.
this. Take the air brakes out. Be not able to run up to a train. If I'm going to do something, like I have to be confident I can actually get back onto the
There's
train.
no way he was confident.
This
He
dude
was
trotting.
too
No
nonchalant.
way.
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so some more movie facts. Denzel Washington really did the stunt where he was running across the train.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the train was going about 50 miles an hour. He's afraid of heights apparently, and he's didn't like doing it, but he did it. And
Definitely had a stunt double.
yeah. Yeah.
But what if I screw up, especially on them tanks that's like just curved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
also they were empty, so they rocked a little. Not like in real life
No.
when they're full with things.
No,
they were empty.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Yes.
No, not doing it.
Yes. They manned the runaway train with a remote control.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
They use animal noises to make the 7-7 train.
I thought it sounded like a dinosaur. And every time it went by, I'm like, why is this thing roaring? Every time it
It's
goes by,
roaring down the
roaring.
track.
Yeah, but roaring?
Yeah.
It's like roar.
That's
Like
what happens. That's
Godzilla.
what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
Been across many a tracks and never heard a train roar.
Yeah. So the Staten Curve is real. It's not called that, but it is an actual rail line in Bel Air, Ohio.
Okay.
But all the chemicals and stuff was made up. That was all CGI.
Now this is. Copyright.
When Ned is racing with the train,
Yeah.
and they show the speedometer, that's reused footage from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, wow.
We watched that too recently.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, and then so my last movie fact is that most of these cities, or all of these cities, was completely made up in Pennsylvania. They're not real.
So our walk or whatever that
Yeah,
A1
not
was.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
nitpicks.
All right. Yeah, let's pick some nits.
Pick some nits.
So not kind of ones where we're complaining about the Galvin guy and how awful train companies are.
Yeah.
We already talked about those. So okay, I get that Dewey is like slowly jogging or whatever, but his partner, who I don't know if had a name or not, he could have ran and flipped the switch.
He definitely could have ran. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you not gonna do anything?
Yeah, just
just
not
gave
doing.
up.
He's yelling at Dewey, but I'm like, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, he just gave up.
Yeah,
He's like, oh man, it's over.
yeah. And then when they're chasing down the train, right? They could have told Rosario Dawson character how fast that train was going. Because how fast was your truck going? So when Frank says how fast this is going, she's like, we're still getting information. I'm like, Dewey, you could have told her how fast it was going.
Yeah.
Well, clearly he's an idiot. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like
He
I
was
said,
trying to
he was
cover
letting
himself.
them think that it was coasting when you knew it was on full throttle. There's no way you have it on full throttle and it's coasting. That's not coasting, bro.
Yeah.
like initially, sure, because there's like 30 cars attached to it, but it's not gonna last long.
Yeah. And then also, like, at the end of, like, Dewey is still, like, hanging out in the employee lobby. I just feel like, bro would have got
You just got
fired
out of here, my guy.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like, they would have called him and said, bring all your work devices.
like
We're gonna
all
need
the
you
company
to empty the
product
locker.
return to the company, please. Especially if the dude died from them trying
Yeah.
to stop. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need you. This is all because of you.
Yeah, like, like, you out. You and your friend.
Yeah, y'all both gotta go.
Okay, so my last nitpick, Will's wife, like, she goes up to the Staten Curve to, like, watch it happen or whatever. Why?
Mhm.
One, you're supposed to be evacuating.
Yeah.
Two, why would you bring your kid there? Because
You brought
if
your
it
kid.
doesn't work, he's going to watch his father die.
That's true. Don't bring your kid to watch their parents die. That seems a little rough.
Yeah, that seems like bad parenting.
It just feel like that might scar him for life.
They could.
Just
That was to build up the suspense.
she didn't need to be there.
Look,
She
Frank's
did not.
daughters weren't there.
Nah, yeah, they
True.
didn't see them going
They were
rushing
just
out
they
there.
saw it on TV. It was
at
like,
Hooters. It was
man.
still working, still serving tables.
Yeah,
Oh no, Dad, another cup of water, I got you. Came back to the TV.
yeah,
I'm saying still making that money to pay by the hour, so they still got paid.
yeah. So that was my last nitpick.
My nitpick was there was no need for the police car to flip over.
That
That's
was
definitely
stupid to me,
unnecessary.
man. I'm like,
that was not
yo.
needed.
I wasn't expecting it. I was like,
like,
oh, we
why?
flipped
I
the
thought
car?
they was just gonna make it look rough, him going over the tracks. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he flipped
Like he
over.
spun
He
up
flipped
around or
over.
Like-
The other car spun out, and
The
then the
other
other
car
car crashed
crashed into
into
him.
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah. They're always doing that. I'm like, that officer is dead.
Yes.
He died.
Yeah, like we're not gonna laugh about this later. He's dead.
Yeah.
Like he's done for.
Yeah. And Ned just whoa, just just like that was not needed.
Like, Ned, do you not know what just happened? You not understand what just happened? Okay, we'll explain it to you later.
Well, they had to stop the train, okay?
Yeah.
You didn't have to be so gung ho about it. Woo! That whole cop car blowing up and
That's how he was
back.
dealing with the fact that
That's how he coped.
that's how he was coping.
Yeah. She covered my other nitpicks, but that was my nitpick. I was like, sitting there watching it, I was like, this was not needed.
Like, why are you?
Why are we having a police crash right now?
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Add to the suspense of the movie.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, it's a movie about a train, so you gotta throw in some extra stuff.
Yeah, lots of extra stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, you did push this movie to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I did that.
I mean, honestly, it could be a 30-minute movie.
I don't know about 30 minutes, but
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely put some fillers in there.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is everything we got on Unstoppable. So we're gonna rate it.
Yeah.
I would give it. I'd pay for that. I think it's an alright movie. I don't mind watching it. It's cool.
Yeah,
it was
I
fun.
enjoyed it. It was quick,
Yeah.
to the point, didn't waste any time. I was like, this is an enjoyable movie. I could watch it again.
Yeah.
They should probably retitle it because they stopped the train. But whatever. But
Yeah,
it was
that's true. I think it's
I'd pay for that. Yeah.
So you know what? Now it's what's number 2?
Watch Raw.
No, it was below Watch While Phoning Clothes. I forgot.
Pure torture?
Pure torture now because you've lied to me.
Yeah, you lied.
You lied.
Yeah, I thought
You
it wasn't.
said it was
the-
unstoppable. It got
The
stopped.
train was unstoppable. Everything they
Nope,
tried
it
to
can't be-
stop
no,
it.
it can't be unstoppable if you stop
Except
it.
for the last thing they tried to stop it.
So it's not unstoppable.
So now it's stoppable.
So yeah, you should have been like really hard to stop. Is the name of the movie.
Yeah, that would have been a better time. In theaters now. Oh, Denzel Washington, Chris Pine, really hard to stop.
Like, yeah, it's like calling a movie Invincible, but then the person dies at the end. It should be like
And gets hurt multiple times throughout the movie.
should be called Vincible.
Is that even a word?
No,
It's not a word.
why isn't it a word though? Why? How do we get Invincible?
Without Invincible,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true.
What's the opposite of invincible?
Mortal.
Highly vulnerable? I don't know.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Weak.
Dead? I don't.
These are valid questions.
Well, it's not invincible.
We know it's not Vincible, but what else are we coming with?
You're ready. You're ready.
Is dead.
I give it a. I'll pay for that.
I pay for that. So everybody gets in. I pay for that.
Mhm.
All right. We'll forgive the unstoppable name this time. Next time, name your movie properly. With that being said, thank you guys for listening to the podcast, and we will catch you in the next one.